working on an unfinished Victoria steamboat, Part 7. To finish this job completely, some extra parts are required. In the next episode, I will show the parts in action. In this video, I am explaining the function of these new parts. The first of these new parts involves a modification to the gas tank piping. This would appear to be quite an early Cheddar Models puffing steam plant because it's very different to any I've seen before. For instance, I've never seen a union nut like this fitted to the outlet of the gas tap on a Cheddar tank. Apart from it being quite fiddly to remove, it's just basically wrong. I'll show you why. This is a coned union on the end of the pipe, and normally on the outlet of the gas tap there would be a reverse cone to accept this one. But here there isn't. It's a very square-edged thing. I know why this is. It's because it is designed to use fittings exactly like this. A knurled securing nut, a special fitting that takes an O-ring, and that fits into the stepped part of the valve. What I'm going to do is unsilver solder the coned union and fit this one. I fitted the O-ring in place just for the photograph. It will of course be removed before I silver solder the parts. I wanted to illustrate how it works in conjunction with the tap. By using an O-ring, all you need to do is compress it slightly. No need for a spanner, no need for a union nut, just this knurled fitting to tighten the O-ring into the hole. I'm turning the gas tank upside down to illustrate how this works. As you can see, it's a perfect gas-tight seal. Some viewers may be thinking, well, why don't I just fit this knurled union to the existing cone? That wouldn't be any good because after a while the parts would wear and leak. In any case, I would still have to unsolder the union cone. For obvious reasons, I'm going to fit the new part. I won't show the silver soldering operation because I want the next episode to largely be a steam test with the completed plant. Having one of these is essential. I already have two of these, but they're very cheap and nasty. One is cracked and the other one leaks anyway. One for this job, and the other one is for me to replace the two rubbish ones that I seem to have accumulated. Quite a few years ago I made a video all about filling gas tanks. This is a different design of gas filler. But it works well and it works in the same way as the one I'm about to use. It's important to do this outside. And you must remove the gas tank from the boat. The design of this installation was simple. The gas jet just slotted straight into the Venturi pipe. Very simple, very effective. Filling these gas tanks is much better if the lower tank that's receiving the gas is cooler than the upper one that you're holding in your hands. Initially, what I usually do is hold the filler pipe slightly off-centre, allowing for some of the liquid gas to leak out onto the tank and chill it. Another reason for doing it outside, the top tank is warmed by my hands, and the liquid gas flows very well from the upper tank into the smaller tank below. How do I know about this? Well, I used to fill my own gas tanks with butane, and I used a piece of clear silicone rubber tubing from the large canister to these smaller canisters. And I noticed at the time that when I held the small tank in my hand, the gas flow from the large canister really slowed down. By filling the tank the way I've shown, it really does fill, and you have to be very careful not to overfill it. Once you've filled the tank and shake it, if you can't hear the gas slopping about inside, then it's overfull. Here's the way that this particular gas tank fitted into the boat. Very quick and simple. The next item to look at is extremely important. It is the exhaust condenser oil trap. And like all of the other parts, I bought them from Clevedon Steam. Have a look at their website, it's well worth it. They do make some really good things. To avoid any confusion, I've included a shot of the instructions. There are 3 pipes on the condenser. The top one is the chimney exhaust pipe. The lower one on the side is the engine exhaust inlet, and the other one that's right at the top is the drain pipe. And this drain pipe goes into the tank and right down to the bottom. So what you do is you run the engine, nip the silicone rubber tubing to the chimney, and the water and oil residue is forced out by back pressure. Once upon a time I used to make exhaust condensers. This is a clip from a video I made ages ago. As well as making finished condensers, I sold them as kits. The brass parts were all engraved, so they fitted together perfectly. I also made sure the tube was right, all the holes were drilled and threaded. In fact, it was really a part kit. I stopped selling them for a couple of reasons. One, it was a non-profit making exercise. Another company closely copied my design, and even though the instructions were clear, the video wasn't running at a high speed like this one is. I've included this section in this particular video to mainly show the exhaust pipe principle, that one of the pipes has to go to the bottom of the tank to drain it. On this type of condenser, the drain pipe, which goes to the bottom, is on the right hand side, and it's higher up the main barrel than the one on the left hand side, which is the exhaust from the engine inlet. My condensers were hard piped into the steam plant. These cheddar type condensers use a piece of silicone rubber that you have to cut up to suit. You need a piece to go from the exhaust outlet copper pipe to the inlet of the condenser. You need another piece to go from the top of the condenser to the chimney inlet. Then you use a short piece fitted with a copper rivet which acts as a plug on the main drain. I hope everyone's understood that. It's quite simple. Maybe I've made it sound a bit long-winded, but it took a while to figure out the best way to explain it. I'll leave you with the diagram showing how to do it. That's it for this one. Stay safe, stay healthy. Thanks for watching, and I hope you found it useful. Please take the time to visit my main Steam Models website and click on the section of the website that says Video Playlists. And by doing that, you can find other videos that you may like to watch. And by using the playlists, you can actually watch the videos back to back.